Hello students, so let's try to solve one more problem from NET 2020 June examination, and this problem is from finite rotation chapter, mainly angular momentum algebra. So problem is very nice. There is one angular momentum state, and let's say this state is given J0. So this state is given, and what we are going to do, we are just want to rotate this state with some angle epsilon. So we have to rotate this particular state with some angle epsilon in jy direction. So we have to rotate this thing in jy direction. Then what will be the final outcome? What will be the final state up to order of epsilon? So we have to just take care of the order of epsilon. So how we should proceed this particular problem? So there is one state and we just want to rotate this particular state in jy direction with some value epsilon, and we need some particular state here. So what are these possible state? So this is the main question. So how we will approach it? So obviously we need some rotational operator, and this must be some unitary operator, and this unitary operator is some rotational with some parameter epsilon, and this can be identified as e to the power minus I epsilon, because epsilon is the angle of rotation, and we have jy upon h cut. So we can assume that this matrix will do this particular operation, and this is unitary matrix in nature. We can easily check it. This is typical unitary in nature, and obviously we can just put this is y direction also. So these are parameter. So what we can do, we have to operate this operator on J0, and then we will see what is going to happen. But in the problem, they have asked you that we have to give the answer up to order of epsilon. That means we can easily do the Taylor expansion of this particular operator. So when we are going to do the Taylor expansion of this particular operator, then what we will get? We will get 1 minus I epsilon. This one is nothing but the identity. So 1 minus I epsilon jy upon h cut, and we have to, and this is up to order of epsilon, and next one is the higher order of epsilon, so we can neglect that thing, and here we can operate it on J0. Now how we can operate it? So now we also know what is jy. Jy operator is simply j plus minus j minus upon 2I. So we know this is my jy operator. So we can easily write here in the term of jy operator, and this value is equal to, we can write, this is my I is the first one, minus I epsilon upon h cut, and we can write here j plus minus j minus upon 2I. So this I can cancel out, and we have to operate on this on the get J0. So obviously I will operate on J0. We will have exactly same thing. And when J plus will operate on J0, it will give one more state. That will be next state J1. J minus will operate on this one, will lower one state. So let's try to go for what are the possible values. So when we are going to calculate this particular thing, I think we will get I is going to operate on J0, and this is my first term. Second term is minus epsilon upon 2h cut. J plus will operate on J0. This is my second one, and this minus minus plus is here, is there. So this will be epsilon upon 2h cut, and we can write J minus will operate on J0. And now we can find the final answer. I will operate on J0. will obviously, this will be J0 minus epsilon by 2h cat. This will operate on J0, will have root under j into j plus 1, and we can go for j plus 1, and next term is plus epsilon upon 2h cat. Again, j minus will operate on there. We have j plus 1, and we can have ket j minus 1. And yes, this is a linear combination of j0, j plus 1 as well. Sorry, this is not j minus 1. Sorry, this will be minus 1 actually. This will be minus 1. So we have this all possible condition. So this is the final answer. We can easily see there. So after the rotation, this state will be there, as well as the two more state. One will be thus j and plus 1, and another will be j and minus 1 with the equal coefficient. We have this particular thing. So this is my answer of this particular problem. So most important thing is that if we are doing any operation, if we are doing any measurement, any operation, we need some operator, and that operator is, we have to identify that operator in a term of mainly mathematics. And yes, this is a wonderful operator which will rotate your any state, any rotational state in one particular direction with some finite angle. So this type of question can come into your examination, and you can just try it for what will happen when it is rotating in the z direction, what will happen if it is going to rotate in a x direction. So you can have a lot of options to just use this particular concept of rotational matrix. Okay, thank you.